Have you ever had those mornings where you wake up feeling perfectly normal, but then suddenly experience a wave of dizziness, weakness, or just feel off? If you're over 60, I need you to understand that these moments aren't something you should dismiss. As a brain specialist with over 20 years of experience, I've seen too many patients who ignored these early warning signs. Here's what most people don't realize. Stroke rarely announces itself with dramatic symptoms. More often, it begins quietly, with subtle changes that seem insignificant, until the day your body refuses to cooperate. Your words become jumbled, or your memories start fading. I'm Dr. Linda, and I'm here today not to frighten you, but to share vital information that could safeguard your brain health, preserve your independence, and protect your future. What I've discovered in my practice is that many strokes aren't random events. They develop gradually through seemingly innocent daily routines we perform every morning. These routines might feel completely normal, even beneficial, but they could be silently compromising your brain's blood supply. The encouraging news? Just a few simple modifications to your morning routine can significantly reduce your stroke risk. Today, I'll reveal 7 everyday morning practices that many seniors unknowingly engage in, and, more crucially, I'll explain exactly what you should do differently to keep your mind sharp and your brain protected. If anything I share resonates with you or reminds you of symptoms you've experienced, please share your thoughts in the comments below. You're part of a community, and your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And please subscribe to Graceful After 60. We're creating a caring, supportive community where seniors can learn, connect, and flourish together. Let's start with the first morning practice that may be silently stressing your brain. Habit 1. Rushing out of bed. Let me pose a question. When you wake up each morning, do you immediately spring out of bed without a second thought? If that describes you, you're certainly not alone. It seems perfectly natural. The sun is shining, the day awaits, and you're ready to get moving. However, here's something most seniors aren't aware of. Rising too rapidly immediately after waking can quietly endanger your brain. After spending an entire night asleep, your body exists in a relaxed, low-pressure state. Blood circulation slows considerably, particularly to your brain. When you abruptly transition from lying flat to standing upright, your blood pressure can plummet dramatically. This condition is called orthostatic hypotension, and it's far more prevalent and hazardous than most people understand. You might experience mild lightheadedness, perhaps some unsteadiness, or even feel like you're going to faint. That brief episode might appear trivial, but it indicates your brain isn't receiving adequate oxygen. For those of us with aging blood vessels or compromised circulation, this sudden positional change could trigger a transient ischemic attack, what we call a mini-stroke, or even worse, a complete stroke. The solution is remarkably straightforward and requires less than 2 minutes. When you first open your eyes, resist the urge to rush. Take several deep, slow breaths. Gently stretch your arms and legs. Sit up gradually, then place your feet on the floor and pause momentarily. Allow your cardiovascular system to adjust. Give your brain time to catch up. If you've ever experienced morning dizziness or felt unsteady on your feet, that wasn't simply aging. It was your body attempting to warn you about something important. I'd really like to hear from you. Have you ever experienced morning dizziness or felt faint when standing up? Please share your story in the comments. Someone else might be experiencing exactly the same thing and not understand what it means. Taking just 1 to 2 minutes to wake up gradually could protect your brain for decades to come. It's not about moving slowly, it's about moving intelligently. In our next segment, we'll discuss one essential thing most people overlook each morning, even though their brain desperately needs it. Habit 2. Skipping water. Can I share a simple yet powerful practice that many people over 60 frequently overlook, even though it could protect their brain for years ahead? It's this: drink a full glass of water immediately upon waking. I understand it sounds almost too simple, but let me explain why this matters so much. During your 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body continuously loses fluids through normal breathing and perspiration. You're not consuming any liquids during this time, so by morning you're already mildly dehydrated. Your brain, which consists of approximately 75% water, experiences this dehydration more acutely than any other organ. Picture beginning your day with thickened blood, reduced circulation, and elevated blood pressure, all before you've even eaten breakfast. This is precisely what occurs when you skip your morning water. And for seniors, it's particularly worrying because dehydration has been connected to increased stroke risk, cognitive problems, and delayed reaction times. What makes this even more concerning is that if you're taking medications like diuretics, which many older adults use for blood pressure or heart conditions, your body is losing additional water overnight without you realizing it. That first glass of water naturally thins your blood, enhances oxygen delivery to your brain, and gently activates your system. It's like opening windows to let in fresh air, except this time it's happening inside your brain. So before you reach for your coffee, tea, or morning medications, just pause and drink one complete glass of room temperature water. It takes less than a minute, but your brain will appreciate it throughout the entire day. Have you already incorporated this into your morning routine, or is this a habit you'd like to begin tomorrow? Let me know in the comments. Your small change might inspire someone else who's watching right now. Speaking of morning routines, let's address something many people consider healthy, but might actually be quietly harming your brain, especially if it's sitting on your breakfast plate. Habit 3. High-sodium breakfast. What typically appears on your breakfast plate each morning? Perhaps a bowl of cereal, a slice of toast, or quick scrambled eggs with some cheese. These choices sound harmless, don't they? But here's what most people don't realize. Numerous common breakfast foods are packed with hidden sodium, and this quiet habit could be endangering your brain. You see, salt isn't just about the shaker on your table. It's concealed in processed breads, instant oatmeal packets, store-bought breakfast bars, breakfast meats, and even that supposedly healthy whole-grain cereal you've been eating. When you combine a high-sodium breakfast with the natural blood pressure increase that occurs every morning, the consequences can be dangerous, particularly for older adults. Excessive sodium stiffens your blood vessels and increases pressure on the delicate capillaries in your brain. For those who already have some degree of hypertension, this morning sodium overload can push things to a dangerous level, potentially leading to stroke, memory problems, or even sudden dizziness and confusion. But here's the encouraging part. You can change this without sacrificing the foods you enjoy. Instead of instant oats with flavoring packets, try plain oatmeal topped with fresh berries or a handful of unsalted nuts. Instead of breakfast sausage or cheese-heavy eggs, choose hard-boiled eggs with avocado or a slice of whole-grain toast. Even small substitutions like these can reduce your sodium intake by hundreds of milligrams. Health experts recommend keeping your entire breakfast under 300 to 400 milligrams of sodium, but most processed foods exceed that limit in just one serving. The tricky part is that many of these items don't even taste particularly salty. So next time you're reading labels or preparing breakfast, take a closer look. Your brain will thank you. Have you ever noticed how much salt is in your breakfast foods? Or have you made any low-sodium substitutions that work well for you? Share your ideas in the comments. Your suggestion might help someone else take a healthier step forward. Now, speaking of morning habits, there's one beverage that many people depend on to wake up, but when consumed incorrectly, especially on an empty stomach, it could be causing more harm than good. Habit 4. Coffee on empty stomach. Let me be honest with you. Is coffee the very first thing you reach for each morning? If so, you're definitely not alone. For many of us, that warm cup of coffee feels like the only way to truly start the day. But if you're over 60, there's something crucial you need to understand. Consuming too much coffee on an empty stomach can quietly increase your stroke risk. Here's the science. When you drink coffee first thing in the morning, especially without any food in your system, your body has a strong reaction. Caffeine triggers adrenaline release, elevates your heart rate, and causes your blood vessels to narrow. All of this means your blood pressure can spike rapidly. For seniors, whose arteries may already be less flexible, that sudden spike can strain your brain's delicate blood vessels, increasing your risk for mini-strokes, irregular heart rhythms, and even cognitive issues over time. This doesn't mean you need to eliminate coffee completely. Not at all. The secret is in the timing and moderation. Try this approach instead. First, drink a glass of water to rehydrate your body. Then, have a light, brain-healthy breakfast. Maybe a hard-boiled egg, some fruit, or a slice of whole grain toast. After that, enjoy your coffee, just one moderate cup, not 3 in succession. And watch those creamers and added sugars too. They can introduce additional inflammation your body doesn't need. Coffee isn't your enemy, but for those of us over 60, we need to be smarter about our habits. What worked when we were 40 may not serve us well now. If you find yourself reaching for cup after cup to fight fatigue, it might indicate that something else, like poor sleep quality or dehydration, needs attention. What's your relationship with coffee these days? Have you found a routine that works for you without overdoing it? Share your thoughts in the comments. Someone else might be wondering the exact same thing. Speaking of subtle warning signs, let's discuss one morning symptom many seniors dismiss, even though it could be your brain's first quiet plea for help. Habit 5. Ignoring morning symptoms. Have you ever awakened feeling slightly off? Perhaps a bit dizzy, or like your balance just isn't quite right? Maybe your arm feels somewhat weak, or your speech isn't as clear for a few minutes. It's so easy to dismiss these symptoms. I probably just slept in an awkward position, or I didn't get quality rest. But please, don't ignore these signs. Those small, quiet moments could be your brain waving a red flag. For many seniors, especially those over 60, symptoms like morning dizziness, slight numbness, or feelings of weakness can indicate something more serious, like poor blood flow to the brain, a sudden blood pressure change, or even a mini-stroke. These are also called TIAs, transient ischemic attacks. TIAs often last just a few minutes. They come and go quickly, but they represent a serious warning. They frequently occur in the early morning hours when your body is transitioning from sleep, and they're one of the clearest indicators that a major stroke could be approaching. If you notice these symptoms, don't wait and hope they'll disappear. Document them. Tell your doctor. If you're uncertain whether what you experienced was serious, keep track of it. There are simple tools and apps designed to help older adults record symptoms and identify patterns. Because with stroke, every second counts. Your body is intelligent. When it sends you a whisper, like that moment of lightheadedness or sudden fatigue, it's trying to protect you. but only if you're paying attention. Have you ever had one of those mornings where something just felt wrong, even for a few minutes? I encourage you to share your experience in the comments. It might help someone else recognize the warning signs and take action in time. Now let's discuss something that occurs in every senior household, yet often gets overlooked: how we take our morning medications. Because the when and how could be just as important as the medications themselves. Habit 6. Medication mistakes. How confident do you feel about your morning medication routine? Do you take them at the exact same time each day with water? Or do you sometimes forget, take them late, or mix up the doses? If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, it's one of the most common and quietly dangerous risks to brain health in older adults. Many seniors take medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood thinning. These aren't just routine pills. They're your brain's daily protection against stroke. The way you take them, the timing, the dosage, and even what you drink them with can either protect you or put you at risk. Let's say you skip a dose. Maybe you were distracted or simply didn't feel like taking it. Your blood pressure might spike without you knowing. Or suppose you accidentally take a double dose because you weren't sure if you'd already taken it. That could drop your pressure dangerously low or increase bleeding risk. Even small habits matter. Taking pills with coffee instead of water or swallowing them without food when it's required can reduce how well your body absorbs them or lead to unexpected side effects. The good news is there are simple solutions. Use a pill organizer with morning, noon, and evening compartments. Set a reminder on your phone or smart speaker. Keep your medications near something you always do, like brushing your teeth or making coffee. And most importantly, never change your dosage without speaking to your doctor, even if you feel fine. These medications are doing quiet, powerful work behind the scenes. Give them the best chance to do their job. Have you found a system that helps you stay on track? Maybe a routine or memory technique that works well? Share it in the comments. Your tip might be exactly what someone else has been needing. Now let's move to one final morning habit that's often ignored, even though your body is sending a very clear message. It's something we all do, or rather delay doing, and that's using the bathroom. Habit 7. Delaying bathroom trips. Can I ask you something a bit personal? Do you ever wake up and just lie there, holding it in just a little longer? Maybe you check the weather, read some news, or wait until after your morning coffee? It seems completely harmless, right? But for those of us over 60, this small habit, holding in urine after waking, might be causing more harm than you realize. When your bladder fills overnight and you delay that bathroom trip, your body doesn't just wait patiently, it begins to feel stressed. When that happens, it releases cortisol and adrenaline, hormones that raise your blood pressure and constrict your blood vessels. This early morning hormone surge, combined with a full bladder, can quietly increase your stroke risk, especially if you already have high blood pressure or cardiovascular concerns. But there's more. Holding it in also places strain on your heart. A full bladder can even trigger irregular heart rhythms in some older adults, particularly if there are underlying issues like arrhythmia or heart valve problems. That combination, raised blood pressure and irregular heartbeat, creates a perfect storm that can lead to clot formation and eventually stroke. The prevention is so simple. Just listen to your body. When you wake up, even if you feel just a mild urge, go ahead and take care of it before checking your phone or sipping your coffee. Think of it as your first act of self-care each day. No special equipment, no complicated routines, just a quick bathroom trip that could help protect your brain and heart for years to come. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever made a habit of delaying your morning bathroom trip, or did something help you realize it was better to go right away? Leave a comment below. Your story might encourage someone else watching this to change a risky habit they didn't even know they had. Now that we've explored all 7 of these subtle but powerful morning habits, let's step back and see how they all connect, and how just a few small changes each day can help you protect your brain, your balance, and your independence for the long term. As we wrap up today's discussion, I want you to understand something important. Stroke doesn't just happen randomly. It often develops slowly through the small decisions we make each morning. From skipping water and rushing out of bed to ignoring dizziness and delaying bathroom trips, these may seem minor, but over time they quietly compromise your brain health and circulation. The wonderful news is that you don't need to completely overhaul your lifestyle. Just choose 1 or 2 habits to modify this week. Take your time, listen to your body, and trust that small steps can protect your memory, your balance, and your independence for years to come. Throughout my years as a brain specialist, I've learned that the most powerful interventions are often the simplest ones. It's not about expensive treatments or complicated procedures. It's about understanding your body's signals and responding with wisdom and care. Every morning is a new opportunity to choose brain health. Every glass of water, every gentle wake-up, every mindful moment of self-care is an investment in your future. If this video provided you with even one helpful insight, please give it a like and share it with a friend who might benefit from it too. Your sharing could literally save someone's life. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear which habit surprised you most, or which one you're planning to work on first. Your experience matters, and it might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to make a positive change. Remember, your mornings matter, and so does your health. You have the power to protect your brain, preserve your independence, and enjoy many more healthy years ahead. It all starts with the choices you make tomorrow morning. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. Until next time, take care of yourself. You're worth it.